Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm Matthew from the Effect Podcast, and over there, look at that. Over there, on the other side of Nicholas, who's in between, fiddling with his screen, is Dave, who is my co-host in the Effect Podcast, and we have all these splendid guests with us, including over there, Nicholas, who is playing Fayez, and we've got a new player. Well, not a new player, a player and a character we've seen before, but not for a couple of months now. So if I just point down there, Paul, do you want to introduce yourself and your character?
Adib. Adib was being dragged around when Ossian and Yaqub were on Kua, and there was a little revolution going on, and unfortunately Adib didn't do very well because during the battle he got quite badly injured, and he's now got this massive scar down the left side of his face, and he's got a problem with his left eye, and he has trouble seeing things. But basically when he came out of hospital, he was greeted by a bit of a bollocking from the head of the resistance. So he said, screw you, I'm going to bugger off. And tried to hitch a lift with some people whose ship he'd previously shot down.
And those people were Ossian and Yaqub.
This whole in media res thing, like where I've got no money and now I've got a passenger who was... Last time I saw him trying to shoot me down, I'm not really sure that.
We discussed this passenger in text chat long before.
I wasn't trying to shoot you down at the end of the scenario. I was trying to help you.
That's true. That's true.
And you did. And you shot one of the non-player characters, I seem to remember.
Yeah, I thought you were another bloody
slaver.
Slaver. I hate slavers. Actually, I'm wanted on Kua because of killing a slaver.
Which is why he's not on Kua anymore. Welcome aboard, Adib. Welcome aboard.
With his warrant as well as that. His arrest. Wanted men on our ship.
Now, obviously...
as you didn't do too well with the burr last week, you might dump him in and take the reward.
Yeah, how much is it? Just out of interest, how much is it? Just asking for a friend.
We'll work that out, shall we? A bit later on.
Well, I think straight away, because before we leave, I think it's too late. I guess too late.
No, it's too late now. We're in the middle now. And Paul, you've obviously watched the last program, even though domestic matters kept you away. So, can you remind us of what went on, or at least where we were when we finished? Because most of what went on was Dave complaining about the fee he was being paid.
I'm afraid I can't.
Okay. So I will summarise to the best of my recollection, and you guys can correct me if you're wrong. You had planned, you had come to the place where the ship that you're looking for has come to rest, and you discovered that there was another vessel there already salvaging it. You have managed through some clever piloting and the like to remain hidden from this ship, so they haven't noticed you while you have crept quite close up behind them, and you're looking at them basically already taking this ship apart and removing it into 3 parts. You've done some analysis of this. One of them is definitely a recognizable part of the ship. The others kind of aren't anymore. And I believe that you had decided that Tony was going to enter into negotiations, announce your presence, enter into negotiations with the ship, and see if terms can be arrived, while some of you, at least 3 of you, I don't know about you yet, Paul, but we'll find out what your point of view is in a moment, are going to spacewalk across to the other vessel with your client for this adventure, and whose name is Nadina, and her 2 legionaries, Dala and Farouk. and you are going to potentially break into that ship while Tony is negotiating, and then maybe influence the negotiations one way or the other. Is that a fair summation?
That sounds like a pretty good summary, yes.
Have I missed anything out?
What, from our elaborate and cunning plan?
From your elaborate and cunning plan, yes.
I
Well,
doubt
for
it.
us, it is quite elaborate, isn't it? Actually, for us.
So were we going to, in the negotiations, just say, look, we're here authorised by the order, and you're obviously not. If you just leave now, then we'll say no more about it. Or were we going to say, look, all we're interested in is the Emerald Disc. If let's find that, then we won't say anything. You can salvage the rest, and we can both go our own way in peace. Which, because I remember discussing both of those options. But
I remember discussing both those options. I can't remember what your conclusion is, though.
No, nor can I.
So I suspect we have a slight problem, which is we've got no weapons on the ship.
No.
So we can't threaten them unless
We can
we've
threaten
actually.
to.
Unless we. Well,
Yeah,
they just shoot us, then, don't they?
Yes, and they do
And we're
have.
not
I
off-
think
we're not
I
off
told
fast
you
ship.
you did a passive scan of their vehicle, and you worked out that they at least had accelerator cannon. Oh, and electronic warfare, a pulse.
I mean, the suggestion wasn't that we would attack them, though, but we would just tell the order of the line that they were here, who would then not be happy about it and would come in. And, although they're
The order of the pariah.
prior, sorry.
You mean? So yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what I mean. But they're probably quite a way away around the other star in this system, aren't they? So it'll be a while before they got here, even if we did that, which obviously we wouldn't anyway.
You managed to do good enough negotiation with them that they didn't escort you with a fighter to make sure you didn't stray off the accepted route. So you don't have a fighter hanging around, you can tell quite easily.
Well,
We're off the accepted route anyway, aren't we? So
Yeah.
But in terms of the do you want to fight them? I think the whole point of you going across on a spacewalk is so that you can fight them, but with weapons hand to hand, as it were, in a boarding action.
Yeah.
You'll also be aware that Nadina is quite keen that there are no witnesses. There's a discretion component to the fee, which will be an extra £10,000. Burr, not pounds, obviously.
yeah, what are these pounds?
Pounds of
which you
what?
speak.
Pounds
Yeah,
of what?
pound-
Yeah.
Pounds of burr. So I think we have to give ourselves a position of strength, one way or the other,
Yeah.
whether or not we negotiate. But actually, if we do negotiate, we give them a chance to say, "Oh, here it is, off you go," rather than have a fight.
And Paul, what is your viewpoint on where you're going to be? Are you going to stay shipboard? Are you going to go across with the spacewalkers? Bear in mind you have two nervous spacewalkers with you. Both Fayuz and Ocean have problems about space, and I have darkness points.
And just remind me, is your key going across, or are you staying on the ship?
I'm staying on the ship to do the negotiation.
You see, my thought is, as Adib has spent all of his life in a jungle, space is all very new. Going outside of a spaceship is probably a bit terrifying. So I think Adib will probably stay on the ship with Yaqub.
Okay.
You know, just in case we need a fast getaway.
So hang on, have you got anyone here who's not scared of going out on a spacewalk?
Nadina, Dalla, and Farouk, and Jalea. Although I think Jalea has never actually been out on a spacewalk before, which is why she's so keen to try it this time. So yes, but yes, you're holding everybody together, Jalea, aren't you? With the power of positive thinking.
Positive thinking and weird little talismans. That's it. That's all I've got.
Okay. And do I recall that is one of the ways in which you spent the voyage, is making everybody a talisman?
Yeah, they take 1d6 hours to make, so I'm sure I've got a bucket of them somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we've all got a big.
And that talisman can be spent on
A plus one.
plus one. Just
Plus one. Plus one on a roll, and then it's broken.
Yeah.
Plus one to anything.
Why don't we just give up this like running around for the pariah thing and go and sell talisman? We'll make a fortune because Julia can just pump them out, whilst we're flying around.
Sit
Loads of
down.
money.
Mate,
What does she need us for, though? She can, what are we contributing in that deal?
she's too stupid to realise she's being taken advantage of. She's not used to this.
She gets
Right.
to live in. She gets a warm bed. She gets food. Doesn't get shot at. All these bonuses.
Sounds good.
So I believe
Mercy of the Icons Part 2 ends. We return to Coriolis.
I believe that a spacewalk would be generally a dexterity roll. Although I do wonder whether survival might actually also allow, if you're better at survival, whether you can do that. Use that for spacewalking too. No, I think that's generally about food and water. So I'm going with dexterity rolls then, which I will need from all of you.
Yeah.
Before you go, do we actually decide what our negotiation position is? We mentioned it, but I'm not sure we actually came to conclusion. I want to say, look, we just want the emerald.
This is while you're getting into your exosuits and putting your helmets on.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yakub's come down from the bridge to say, no, can we just finally get this sorted?
Yeah. I wonder if we kind of go as far as we can on board just before it becomes combat, because the minute you talk to them, you reveal that the ship is there, and they might.
Yeah, so then definitely, you should be there to their ship.
You should either be all the way there or pretty close.
Yeah.
You possibly don't want to be breaking into their ship at the time. That might, that might send, scupper Yakub's careful building of trust. But you want to be. You don't want them to suddenly turn around and go, "Oh, look, there's a ship there. Oh, and there's 6 spacemen coming towards us."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably right. That's why I asked you guys to make the roll first.
Mm-hmm.
So this hasn't answered Yakub's question.
We're all not taking responsibility for it.
I think Yakub, you'll know what to say when the time comes.
Okay. I'm going to go to the Arboretum and have a quick pray to the merchant.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to pray to. Let's have a look.
That will be the dancer for dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dancer.
Or you might want to prepare for what happens after you get across the other ship.
Assuming that you make it.
Assuming that you make it. Personally, I think I should force you to pray only to the dancer with a darkness point, because you must be bricking it right now.
I think that's probably fair, actually, especially if you're going to spend one of those darkness points, Matthew. And then, yes, I will pray to the dancer. I was going to pray to the judge. That's fair. That's a fair comment. Yeah.
And who is anybody else making preparatory prayer?
Yeah, I will also pray for it. Do a dance in the Arboretum. Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. And this is a chapel, isn't it, Dave?
There is a chapel inside the Arboretum. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, prayers made. You finally clip the helmets on. Yakub's probably still saying, but what am I going to say?
No, I've given up now. I've gone back up to the bridge.
Okay.
I was going, good luck, everyone.
You're going to say what I would say just before we went live, aren't you, Tone? That's your.
Probably quite soon after negotiations start, I will be saying that.
Well, or let's just see how far these spacesuited individuals go, spinning off in the wrong direction. Roll your dexterity, then, boys and
By the
girls.
way, while you're all gone, Adi, do you have any piloting skill?
Seems
Let me
unlikely.
let me just check. No.
So presumably we just parked, nor have I, so nobody left the ship who can actually fly the ship. So presumably we just parked up and sitting there. But if you need to go anywhere, if we don't make it back, we're screwed.
I can give orders to other people to pilot the ship, but I can't myself.
Does it make sense for me to stay aboard the ship then? Because I can.
Well, it makes sense.
If your auto fire does well enough on the other ship, there'll be no need for piloting this ship, will there? I mean, I did suggest last week that you might want to stay on the ship, but you very firmly said that you wanted to go over the other side.
Ocean, before you go across, couldn't you put a little thing on the autopilot to get the ship to dock with their ship, and then we can just push the button and run across, can't we?
Could I do a kind of auto program like that with my technology and my piloting?
Well, I think that would be your piloting and Yakub's data spider.
My pilot.
Just a thought.
It's a good idea. It's a very good idea. Yeah, I'll just give that a go.
Tell you what, since it was your idea, Adib, let's do the little chain here. Do you want to make a command roll?
Command.
Okay.
And this way, Matthew gets 3 darkness points instead of just 1 or 2.
Yeah, I've got 7 dice in command. And 2 successes with that, Matthew.
Okay, so that's 2 extra dice then to you to either one or one each. One each, yep.
Take one each. Well, I have 7 dice of Dacian.
Okay, well, I would get 7 if I took both dice.
Do you want to take both then? So we've got both.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Take a darkness point, Matt.
Thank you very much.
I get
no successes.
I get 1 success.
I get
4 ones.
I get 1 success.
1 success. Okay. Right.
1
yeah.
success.
You think you have the plan in place. So then you're finally, all of 3 of you and the other 3 are getting off the ship and doing a dexterity roll.
This is going to go well, isn't it?
Yeah. I rolled mine before. I've got 1 success.
Okay, Jalea.
Just been sitting there. Just chilling.
Okay, I have 1 success.
Okay. Faiz?
Yeah, he panics a bit, but then he remembers a vision where he was exposed to the darkness between the stars, but then the stars started singing to him, and the child told him everything will be good. Everything will be all right. And he lets go of his fear, and with his 1 success, he makes it.
Right, okay. Given that this is quite a difficult one, I should maybe have given you a minus on that, but you drift slowly, unconnected. Last time you were out in space, Fayaz, you at least were tied to the ship. Here, you are just out there and drifting between the 2 planets. Somewhat faster than you, because basically they kick themselves off faster, are the 2 Legionnaires. So they're ahead of you. Nadina is kind of staying with you as a group. And you drift slowly through space. And you think you maybe are going to just miss it. But as you come to the hull of their ship, you can each grab on to something and not just skim over the top of their ship and drift on through space or into orbit around the moon that the vessels are in there. So you are clinging onto their ship. So Yakub, this might be the time for you to start negotiations.
Okay, I shall open hailing frequencies and say this is whatever the pretend name of our ship was, calling the salvage vessel.
You will notice, those of you who are clinging on to the thing, that as soon as Yakub starts, or not, shortly after Yakub starts making the transmission, there are a number of people actually working in Evo suits on bringing the most whole bit of the wreck of the Zafira into the realms of this vessel. There are cranes reaching out to grab it, and there are guys in exosuits doing that. And they kind of turn their heads, all of them, looking at the vessel that's behind you. Your vessel, Dave, which I've forgotten what it's called.
Nijara.
Nijara, yes. So you can see that happen. You can sense, Tony, some surprise in the voice that comes back. And basically they say, this is Captain Yami. I see you two have come for salvage. I am sure we can negotiate a decent split of the spoils.
That sounds a very reasonable approach. I was fully intending to suggest the same thing myself.
Well, as you can see, we have the best bit. You can definitely have the glass and the twisted bit. But this is ours. We've already almost got it aboard the vessel.
We're interested in one specific part of the ship, the Emerald Disc. If we can have that, the rest of the salvage is yours, and we'll say nothing about your presence here to the Order of the Prior.
The Emerald Disc. Why do you need that? What value does it have to you?
It's I believe, a personal matter for one of our passengers. I don't know any more detail than that.
A personal matter? How much is it worth? We may have the Emerald Disc already.
It's worth you taking the rest of the salvage and us saying no more about finding you here.
Are you guys, the rest of you in your spacesuits, you're listening in on this, I assume, and you're not doing it on any sort of encrypted channel, are you, Yaku?
No.
So the three of you notice that your client, Nadina, is looking a bit frustrated through her faceplate at this negotiation.
Is there a salvage pod, like module here, that's currently open? Like a hangar that they're trying to draw this into?
Well, it has, yes, it's got a salvage module. I'm not sure whether they can bring the whole thing in. Oh, no, it's a Class 4 ship. Yeah, I think they can probably take this piece right into the salvage module, and that is what they are doing, yes.
I'm thinking, if this is quite big, is this our opportunity to try and get on board? But are we
sneak on board?
Yeah, exactly.
As part of the salvage.
Well, whatever way might work, actually.
Okay.
Do a hand sailor and be part of the rubbish.
Well, you could go in openly, just clamber across the ship and go in through the hole in the salvage module, I guess, through the effectively airlock. I guess it's a big side of the salvage module that's not so much an airlock, but a door at least.
Like a hangar kind of thing.
And then the module gets pressurized. Or you could potentially go in.
I'm kind of thinking of doing it in a covert way, if possible. Is there like a corner that they are?
Oh, you could probably find a place, yeah. But I think that would require. I'm going to do an infiltration roll for you, Dave, because you can spot that corner.
Okay, is this to succeed in getting in? Or is this just to spot the opportunity?
I think I might need individual rolls for people to succeed in getting in.
Right.
Or any bonuses you get, you may get one other person in. But others are going to have to make that
Make
roll
their own
themselves.
rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many of these guys can we see? These workers, these stevedores.
Out here, let me see. I think there are probably 3 people out here.
Right. Okay. Does that sound
Outside
like
of the ship.
Sorry?
if we could get in and shut the door on them, then that reduces the number of people inside we've got to deal with, doesn't it?
Yes. What do you thinking, Nicholas?
No, I'm just thinking, and it seems to us that they have not discovered us.
They have not yet seen you. No,
They do, yeah.
they're looking at the ship behind you.
Fayaz is thinking, I'm with the wrong crew.
But Oshan, I think what you can do is hide in the wreckage, but I don't think you'll be able to sneak in ahead of them and close the door on them. You got to let them take you in with the wreckage. Is I think the way to do it surreptitiously.
Does that sound like a plan, guys? Yeah. Okay. I'll make my infiltration roll then. I'm focusing very, very blinkered-like on the spot on this that I'm trying to get to. Obviously, but I'm still outside.
Okay.
I'm not very happy with being agoraphobic. Okay, well, I'm going to re-roll that because that's no successes. Now, having prayed to the dancer, do I get +1 dice, or is that 2 for praying in a chapel?
It's 2 for
It's
chapel.
2 for praying in a chapel.
Okay.
Is infiltration a dancer one?
It's the faceless.
It's the faceless. So
Fair enough. Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm not using dexterity. My mistake. If I use my talisman that Jalea carefully made for me, does that give me 1 success, or is that 1 extra dice?
1 dice.
I'm using the talisman then.
And you have to choose to use that before you roll.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't. Is that the blessing talent?
No,
Really?
it's the talisman maker.
Talisman, right?
a blessed.
A talisman provides a +1 to 1 skill test, then the blessing wears off.
Yeah, no particular rule. I think you could use it in prayer as well, but you will get. It will wear off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, I don't want to fail this because I guess that might result in me floating off into space.
Again.
Okay, I got 1 success
On this time.
which is a definite improvement.
1 success. Okay, so the other 5 of you, because of course the other 3, watch Dave go off and manage to secrete himself in this part of the hull that's being taken in. All knowing what he's doing, I think the 2 the 2 legionnaires follow him, and I will just see what they do.
They've got to be good at this, right? They'll be good. They'll get like 11 successes because they're legionnaires and they do this all the time.
Well, yeah, they're not particularly doing this sneaky stuff, though. Actually, they don't have infiltration. So let's just see whether they get spotted on.
I don't mind if they draw the fire. The rest of us can sneak on board.
Is it agility with infiltration? No, or wits?
Infiltration.
Agility.
Okay. They are quite good at agility. So you see one of them sort of drifting up rather clumsily, but then the other one grabs him and steers him into hiding, and the 2 of them disappear in the same hole that Dave went to. This is all moving. There's limited time for you guys to do this. And you may decide you don't want to bother doing it. But Fayez, Jalea, what are your plans?
No, I'll sneak in. I'll try in. This looks fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get 1 success.
Good enough.
1 success. It's easy, this spacewalking stuff.
Oh, well, you get 1 success, and you're thinking this is easy as Fayez comes as elegantly as a dancer and twice as fast, overtaking you, almost overtaking the soldiers before they disappear into the hole. And Nadina. Nadina comes too. So, you are still required to wear your suits, but I will show you what you see. Give me a moment.
Now we're inside. I'm unhitching my carbine.
Okay. So you come into this part of the vessel. Tony, can I get you, while this is going on, to make a manipulation roll to see how you're doing?
Can I assist him with that with my command skill?
All right. Okay. Well, you might need that assist, because if you can't assist him, he will take a -2.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll have some assistance then, please.
Roll command. No, you won't.
Dee, what good are you? I mean, to use a phrase from, or can't remember what film it was. What good are you alive to be, Dee?
He was the idea. It was probably his extra dice that was that one measly success you got on your piloting roll.
If you want, I can push it.
That's entirely up to you.
You keep. Do you want me to push it?
Well, I might end up pushing my manipulation roll anyway. So yeah, why not? Might as well.
All right. Here we go again, and only 1, I'm afraid. 1 success.
That's an extra dice to you, though. So that's -1 in total.
Yeah. Okay, I get 1 success on my manipulation roll. Is this an opposed roll?
It is no. I think the modifier is instead of an opposed roll. Oh no, it is opposed and at -2. The -2 is because you're doing it not face to face. So I have to do his.
In which case, I probably will push then.
Okay, go ahead. Who did you pray to?
I pray to the merchant, so I do get my extra dice for.
So you get 2 extra dice. On this
We don't have to push till we know his result, do we?
I can't remember. Okay, I'll take that back. Let me just see what his result is. He has manipulation. What's that in
Empathy.
What's that? Empathy.
Empathy.
Okay, so he's holding quite a lot of dice there. And how many successes did you get?
1.
You will want to push.
Okay, I will push then.
After all that, anyway.
Okay, I get 1 more success, so 2 in total.
I think we need to talk about this emerald disc, but I don't like these sort of negotiations over comms. Why don't you pilot your ship over here and we can talk like civilized people over a mint tea or something?
Whatever you do, Yakub, don't say, well, I would, but my pilot is currently breaking into your ship with an assault crew. And
Well, I've got an autopilot thing, haven't I? So
Yeah, push the magic button.
I'll say, as long as you can promise there's going to be no subterfuge or issues, and we're going to negotiate in good faith, I'd be very happy to do that.
It seems to be the case.
Could I use my judge of character talent over comms like this, or do I need to?
Oh, I think you have to see him face to face.
So we're on just audio comms here, yeah. No, we haven't got vision. Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah, I'll say that. I'm not good. Let's not do anything yet. Let's just kind of delay for a bit to give the guys on the ship a chance to.
Okay. So how are you delaying it with him?
Well, I'm just saying yes, we'll be over in a minute, and cutting off comms, but just not doing anything for a bit.
From behind him, he is. Yakib, just a second. We've got. I'm just retuning that buffer. We shouldn't move the ship at the moment.
Did you say duffer or buffer?
Buffer.
I'm retuning the old duffer. That sounds a lot more fun, actually.
Says the bloke trying to be an engineer without actually being an engineer. I like it. Genuine techno babble.
You got to give me one for chutzpah.
Yeah, well, he doesn't seem to be that bothered about the delay. I won't make you roll for that. He seems to accept that. Okay, you guys, this is what you have arrived in. As you snuck onto that bit of salvage. It is currently depressurized, and this appears to be a stasis deck with 12 stasis beds that have not been damaged in any weapon attack, not like the other bits of the vessel that you surveyed. But it looks like a mess. There are, I don't know whether we can see them here, but there are broken bodies lying around here and torn off limbs scattered across this room. Could I get you all, please, to make an empathy test? And I'm going to spend darkness for this.
But just roll empathy, right?
Just empathy.
That's all on the ship, or all.
No. You guys back on the vessel. You don't see this. Only the people that are seeing this scene of dismemberment that is in this room.
We can't push this, right?
You can't push it, no.
Yeah,
and you will take, if you fail, 2 points of stress. And if you get one success, you will take 1 point of stress. If you get more than one success, you won't take any stress at all. If you get more than 2 points, tell me.
I got 0. I get some.
Me too.
So that's 2 points of stress for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I will, I guess...
Or mind points, as we call them in this game.
Mind points, yes.
You are a man.
Hey, I'm reading it out of the book. It says stress, but you are right. We do mean mind point.
That is that Rickard actually wants to write for Alien rather than Coriolis.
Yeah. Or maybe he likes the stress mechanic and he wants to put it in to a third edition of Coriolis, but we haven't written it yet, Rickard. Wait your time. There's something else he'd done. I noticed on Facebook. Somebody had said, Oh, I didn't know this. This I can't remember the exact rule it was, but I didn't know you had to spend points this way. And I went, "You don't, Ricard." Oh no! He first of all came in and said, "Oh no, sorry, that's a house rule we've got in our group." and the thing in here was saying you don't have to do that house rule in this usual circumstance. And so, there may be a number of house rules, like calling mind point stress, I think one finds in this. Anyway, let's just roll those points. Empathy, quite good. One of the Legionnaires is a bit freaked out as well, but the other one seems less so. And Nadina takes it all in her stride and goes to one of the Legionnaires that's a bit freaked out and slightly calms him. You've seen worse, she tells him. So there's this terrible carnage in here.
As for the picture, does one of them appear to have power?
Let me have a look.
Or is that just dramatic effect in the picture?
I think that might be dramatic effect in the picture, yeah.
I thought it was Matt's basement.
It's Matt's
and
mind.
it may have had power when it was all connected to the ship if you'd gone straight there without seeing the salvage vessel. But since this salvage vessel has started chopping bits up, it's definitely without power now.
Right, okay.
You have got torches, though. So 5 of these stasis beds appear to still be intact.
Should we go and have a little look, see if there's anybody in them?
Yeah.
Sure.
And you do, and I'm not going to make you make another stress roll for this one, but those that weren't able to break out of the stasis beds have obviously frenzied in trying to get out. And you can see they are all corpses now. The eye sockets, mouths and ears of the corpses are filled with dark frozen blood, and they are covered in black rashes and lesions. And the body of a cybernetically enhanced... Actually, I will spend darts points for this. I will make you make another stress roll. Another empathy roll, please. Because you can see a cybernetically enhanced Legionnaire, obviously, slumped against one of the walls with a Dura knife buried deep in her chest. Her face is half covered by lesions of some sort. And you surmise that what she was experiencing was so horrific, she stabbed herself.
Okay.
Oh, may the icons have mercy on their souls.
Yes.
While all this is going on and you're investigating this, you can feel a bit of a vibration that suggests that this unit is now in the salvage bay and will be pressurizing. Right, Tony and Adib, sorry, should I say Yaqub and Adib, what are you doing?
What are we doing? I think we should probably hold off still for as long as possible.
Yeah, I think we should.
Accordingly.
Yeah, definitely. While we're sort of keeping their attention on the ship.
Okay. Well, I have no choice. If you're not going to do anything, I've got to spend darkness points.
Hey!
I am going to roll a dice, and if I get an odd number, it will be one of you. 1, it'll be Jalea. 2, it'll be Faiz. Sorry, 3 it'll be Faiz, and 5 it'll be Ossian. Okay. Faiz, could you make an observation roll, please?
Observation. Yes. Well, would I push that?
That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, if I can, I will. And 1 success.
1 success. Okay.
Yes.
You'll notice that of those bodies that are lying about, some of which have their arms ripped off, it looks like bites have been taken out of them. And just as you notice that, you are you realise that hanging from the ceiling and about to drop on you, but they haven't got the drop on you because you just made that observation roll, is a creature. People with culture may want to make a culture roll, but not until I've told you a negative for that. Give me a moment.
Look out,
We are
everyone.
playing Coriolis, not aliens, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously he was writing aliens. So let me just check what sort it is.
I did roll a 1 on that empathy test before. It might have made things worse.
No, it's okay. No one's here. So there's a lot of these. There we go. -2 on your culture roll to see if any of you recognise what this thing is.
2 dice is better than no dice, I guess. But not much. I'm not going to push it.
Reyes has no culture, so he has no.
No, unless it's from
I
Kua.
can
I have no
check.
idea what it is.
No?
No.
Okay. Right. Well, you'll find out
check.
some of its abilities as we go on. Would you like me to draw you cards for initiative? Phase, yours is a 3. Dave, yours is a 4. And highest goes first. And yours, Julia, is a 3.
Ooh, 3.
And Faiz goes before you. And the creature doesn't do anything weird like take 2. Let me just make sure of that.
Yeah. I think we know the signature attack tables by heart by now, don't we?
It goes on ones, so you all get a chance at the shout of Faiz. You get a chance to react, and I will also draw a roll. They also go on 3s. The Legionnaires are also alerted to what's going on. So, Dave, I think you go first.
Okay. It looks like this thing is about to drop on
Faiz
and do something horrible to him.
Yeah.
And this is a big, I guess, befanged, beclawed creature.
It looks, so let me describe it to you. You have actually seen these before as a player, but not as a character. These are dark-bound and...
okay. Can't remember
this is
how we dealt with them.
this is understood to be just about the worst thing that can happen to you if you go through portal space awake. They move incredibly fast, closing in on the victims in the blink of an eye to sink their claws into them. But they look pretty human, with only a few torn patches of hair left and with burning eyes and long claws instead of fingers.
Are we still in a vacuum at the moment?
It's slowly getting repressurized.
Okay. So Okay, so there will be some sound if I use my rifle.
There will be sound if you use your rifle, yes. Whether, amongst everything else that's going on, people hear it will possibly depend on me spending a darkness point or not. But
Okay, I'm going to
you can be pretty sure they will hear it, and I will spend a darkness point.
Okay, I'm going to aim with my carbine, and then I'm going to take a shot at it.
Okay.
So me +1 bonus for the rifle, +2 for aiming.
Yeah.
My ranged combat is 2, and my agility is 4.
So 7 dice in total?
9 with the aim.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that gives me 4 successes.
4 successes. Right. Yes.
So that would give me a damage of 6. Which I think I might as well just put it all into damage, actually.
Okay. So you shoot at it.
Yeah.
And it does damage, but it does not kill it. Faiz?
So this creature it's not close range or melee.
No, it's hanging above you from the ceiling at the moment. In the blink of an eye, it may be close range.
Come your next action, it will be. Yeah.
Right. All right. Okay. Faiz will try to shoot with his accelerated pistol.
Okay. Now, Ocean specifically said that he'd got his rifle out as he got indoors. Did you get your pistol out, or do you need to prep your pistol first? You can. I mean, you've got a short action to do that and a long action to shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do that. No. But
No success. Do you want to pray?
He's praying, and 1 success.
What damage does that do?
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
That seems to be a good hit. It doesn't seem to have any armor, but again, it's still not quite dead. But at the shots, the Marines, not the Marines, the Legionnaires open up with their weapons. And,
Don't say Marines, not now.
yeah. And they have Legion carbines, and they both shoot. And I will shoot for them. Oh dear, they're quite good at that. Which I guess is...
Well, they are legionaries, after all.
Yeah, is what they do. But one of them misses entirely. They shoot off a whole bunch of fire, but they miss. And Nadina Sharish, see whether she does anything. 3. No, that's not her thing. She doesn't do that thing. Right. She does have she does get a +1 bonus on her weapon. But again, she shoots at it and misses. Jalea.
Well, I better use this new rifle that Ushin has given me and try and shoot him. What's that? 3, 4, 5, 1 for that. So that's 6 because I wasn't ready. I get no successes. I should probably pray.
I'm not spending a darkness point with all this guns. People will have heard this happening.
Yeah.
And
we should run and draw it into the main hangar so everyone else can fight it, and we can then go and take the bridge.
Well, it's it looks to as it leaps towards, and suddenly it's changing its tactic and leaping towards you, Dave. And it goes very fast.
I should have saved an action for beating it off.
You can see that it does look to be quite badly hurt, but it's vicious, and the pain doesn't seem to. It doesn't seem to mind the pain, but you think it's quite badly hit, and it does 5, 9 on its attack.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh yes, and it gets 3 hits. What's your armor?
I have 3 for my protective suit.
Okay, it does. I am going to do. Oh, what should I do? I'll do 3 points of damage. I won't crit.
Okay, thanks. My armor doesn't take any of that, so I take 3 damage.
Oof.
That's okay. That's okay. Ish. I was just checking up my talents about saving my life talents. But yeah.
Okay. I should have critted because you've got the saving your life talent where you turn the crit round, don't you?
Yeah, it's still no use if you're on a 66, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it isn't.
And too late now. Too late now. Matt.
Okay. So it does that damage to you because you hurt it more than anybody else, and it's kind of on you now, and it's moving really fast, sort of scrabbling at you. But it's your turn again, I think.
Okay. I think I'm. So could I use a short action to push it away from engaged range and then shoot it?
You can try that. So do a melee action to push it away.
Yeah, that'd be my best bet. Melee is.
Oh, I think that would be a melee and then a quick shot in this game. So that would be a long action to do the push.
Right. Okay. I might as well just shoot him then.
Okay, -3.
Yeah, because I probably wouldn't succeed on the melee anyway.
Okay.
So that's 4, 5. That's 7 -3. So it's 4 dice. Okay, I gain 1 success. Now I have the point blank talent from when I shot.
What's the point blank talent give you?
It gives me another success if I get 1 success.
Okay, so 2 successes.
So I've got 2 successes. It doesn't allow me to crit, but that will be 4 points of damage. In total.
And you rip it apart, and this stuff comes out of it, which it was already leaking quite a lot of it. Not blood, but darkness itself, like dark paint smoking in water, or dark paint sort of dissolving in water, or smoke dissipating. And
I'm going to step back away from that so it doesn't splash me.
yeah, it doesn't seem to be an acid splash or anything like that. But it looks, the body now deflates, and it's almost like it was literally eaten from within by the darkness within the stars. And what you've done now is dissipate the darkness between the stars, and that's just disappearing off. It has no body to hold it in.
Does that take away some of our darkness points with it?
No.
Nice try.
Takes away all of his darkness points.
So is there an obvious entrance to this chamber that the guys who...
Well, let's wait a minute. Actually, let's cut back to Dave. Janelle. No, sorry. I thought you'd been thrown out, but it's just...
No.
So, Tony, Yakub, and Adib back on the ship. You get a radio thing. It appears that there is gunfire in my salvage module. Is this anything to do with you?
Gunfire? It's most certainly nothing to do with me. Absolutely not. I have no idea
All
what
right.
this may be about.
That is a -2 manipulation roll you're doing here, because this is a downright lie, Tony. A downright lie.
No, it's nothing to do with me.
Well, the way he put it was actually very truthful because it is absolutely nothing to do with him.
I still want that manipulation test.
Can I help him
-2.
again?
-2, did you say?
-2
Okay.
versus his.
Can I help him?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll be generous.
By looking really surprised on the comms.
Yeah.
Gunfire?
No! We haven't got any guns.
That sounds really bad. You should go and deal with that.
I got one success. I'll give you one dice, Tony.
Okay, I'll take that.
That's
Thanks.
a poke in the eye.
I get no successes.
Oh.
Shall I push it? I don't think I will, actually. No.
Right. Stand off. Do not approach this vessel until we've investigated it. And if we find it's anything to do with you, I am going to be somewhat more. The price of that emerald disc is going up. Right. So cut back to you guys. You are in a unit here that is effectively sealed from the outside by a door that has been effectively melted a little bit by the attack that this ship did.
There was a
So-
hole that we got in through, though, wasn't there?
Yeah, but there's a hole on the outside. These guys are trying to get in through the door of the unit that they've rescued at the moment. So at the moment, you can hear a sort of banging at it as they attempt to open it, but they will have to make a technology roll to open it, or maybe put some explosives on it or something to get inside. What they're going to do, you have no idea. But you have some time to react.
Can we scan this place to see if there's any more of these strange, dark between the stars creatures?
Sure,
hiding?
make an observation roll, and up to 2 other players can help.
I will help.
So my observation is 7.
Sure.
Make a 9 roll. Make a roll with 9 dice then.
Do I get my sneak attack dice too?
Yes, obviously you do, but keep them separate.
Yeah, okay. So I get 2 successes with my initial dice, and I get 3 with a third one with my sneak dice. So I got 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Well, 2 is all you need because there is no ambushy. I mean, if you want to get really icky about this, you think this was one of the 12 passengers in this deck, and it was the only one, and it's been feasting on the other or the others that had got out, or maybe it had got them out. Maybe they'd all died in there, but it was, that's poor food compared to fleshy living creatures all wrapped up in a lovely exo shell. But sadly, he wasn't expecting you to be quite so heavily armed and ready to shoot.
What did he expect? Strange darkness between the stars thing that's just eaten the entire crew of this place. So should we kind of pretend that we were stuck here all along and shout, help, help, let us help?
Help, help. We have woken up. Oh,
We're woken up in spacesuits and heavily armed.
I assumed we were just going to take up ambush positions and as soon as they came to the door, murder them.
That sounds like a better plan. Yeah.
Thought that's
Okay.
what we were going to do. I'm pretty sure that's what the 2 Legion gents are going to go for.
That's
fact-
the benefit of having a jungle fighter on the team, isn't it? It's just like,
Right. Okay. So you're not opening the door. Let me get that right. You are taking up position
Yeah,
and overwatching the door.
yeah.
It's going to be a bloody bloodbath, isn't it?
That's well, for us or them.
That is the intention of the manoeuvre.
Right. Okay.
As with the Blues Brothers quote, use of unreasonable violence in the apprehension of the Blues Brothers has been approved.
Yeah.
Let me just have a quick look at their weapons. Okay. Let's do this thing. I guess we're pulling out some more initiative.
Are there any other doors to this pod that we could try and go through whilst they're coming through that one?
No, I think you could crawl out through the hole in the hull potentially, but there are no other doors.
Do one or two of us want to crawl out through the hole in the hull whilst they're coming through the door?
Yeah, I think Fayez is not keen to kill people.
So you're offering to go out and do a sneak attack from somewhere else, eh, Fayez? Or to go out promising to do a sneak attack, really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull your initiative out.
I thought killing them was the whole reason you went over there.
Fayez was hoping to negotiate face to face, I think, all this time.
Yeah.
He's generally not an aggro person.
Well, we haven't fought them yet. So
Fayez, you have got 2.
A 2.
Dave, you have got 4.
Okay, thank you.
Jalia, you have got 4 again, and you go before Dave. And the Legionnaires have got 2s, and they have got 2s. So that's kind of the order of stuff. Fayez, you're volunteering to go out of the hole and make a sneak attack, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do that with Fayez?
I mean, I could if you want company. If you want to go by yourself, I'll stay here and with everyone else.
Why
Company's good.
So yeah, why don't you go with him?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I guess me and the guys down here can unload with full auto as the guys come through the door.
Sure. All right.
Right then. So lead the way, Jalia, with a dexterity roll.
Dexterity. 2, 3. All right. 1 success.
Okay. Can you make a dexterity roll? So you get out on top of the hull, and you can see there's lights here. There's still not much pressure because this is a big space to fill. But you could kind of get a mist of atmosphere coming in here. But you'll notice that the people who haven't seen you yet are crowded around where you think the door is, and they are all still in exosuits. Fayez, you come up next. Can you make an agility roll just to do that?
Yes, but no.
You fail.
Successes.
Okay. Your suit has been caught on a bit of metalwork that's jutting out of here, and it's in fact got your air hose.
Oh no!
So you may not wish to tug it. I am going to get the others to break through the door now, and we'll see what happens. So
just before that, would Jalia, because obviously she's used to doing like fighting in jungles and that kind of stuff, would she have had opportunity to relay back to Ossian like, all right, I've spotted 6 dudes they're going to breach in X, Y, Z, and that kind of stuff. Or,
Yes, possibly. You could definitely do. There are 6 dudes. They're all there now. They're in exosuits. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So I'll at least make sure Ossian knows what's coming, and that kind of thing, if I can.
Just make sure there are 6. Give me a moment.
I did just pick that out.
5 dudes.
5. I just picked a random number. I didn't. But yeah, I'll. Oh, I think Dave, you muted.
Thanks. No, it's a really important thing. I was just saying I watched The Big Lebowski for the first time over the weekend. So when you're talking about 6 dudes, it's like 6 Jeff Bridges.
They all abide. They're looking for the milk.
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski for the first time.
Yeah, I've seen bits of it, but the first time I sat down and watched it.
Well done. But really, it's been bloody years.
Yeah, still better late than never, as we
Yes, exactly. I'm not going to admonish you because you have finally done it. If you'd said, "Oh, I haven't seen The Big Lebowski yet," we'd have had trouble. If you'd said, "Oh, I spent all last weekend not watching The Big Lebowski," then there would have been an issue. But I guess since you've done it, let's move on.
This digression has gone further than I intended, frankly.
So they break in on 2s, at which point, because you're all in Overwatch, you can do something. Those of you inside.
Do you think it's just me plus the legionaries?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can I see targets?
Yeah.
I'm gonna open up on full auto then.
Of course you are.
That's to be done.
Alan, you've got the gun.
Sorry, Nicholas.
He walks into a gun shop and says, "Have you got any guns, please, that have only got a full auto button on them?"
Right. Dave, I'll just point out that we've got, only 19 minutes left. So get some ones pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll do my best. So it's 2 plus 4. Now I can't aim with that, can I? So
No.
2 plus 4 plus 1 for the gun, but I minus 2 because it's full auto on my original die roll. Okay, that's 1 success for the original die roll, and now I've got to roll 3 ones before I stop. Sorry, everybody again. 5. That's the first one. That's 1-1. 2, 6, 6, 3, 4, 2. Sorry, 2, 5, 6, 5, 4, 2, 5. I was trying to speed up. 2, 4, 6, 6, 3, 2, 2.
Should we have a chat amongst ourselves while it's only
No,
done?
because then he'll get the maths wrong and he'll have to start again.
Okay, that was my second one, so I got 1 left. 4, 6, 2, 1. So I got 7 successes, Matt.
7 successes. Okay. How do you want to distribute your damage?
So I think I get 1 success on the first guy, and then I'm going to use 2 to crit him.
Okay.
Then I'm going to get 1 success on the second guy.
How much damage do you do with that first?
3.
3. Okay. He's got a spacesuit on. Okay, the armor goes through. Roll a d66.
Okay, I'll read black first. 15.
15. Okay.
And then the second guy was getting, again, 3 damage and a crit.
Okay.
Actually, I'll give him 4 damage and a crit because that's my last. No, okay. 3 damage and a hit. And I'll save my last hit on the third target.
Okay. Roll d66.
Okay, this time is 42.
Okay, so the first one gets knocked back. You've hit him in the helmet, and he's been knocked back. The second one, you're spraying bullets all over. You've hit the second one in the foot, and he's fallen over. And the last one just takes
3 points of damage.
3 points damage, but That's his armor. Okay.
And that's
Last
my
one
whole.
takes 3 points of damage.
And that's my whole action.
Okay, and then the others, the Marines come in, and I've lost the Marines. Give me a moment for their stats. They threw quite a lot, didn't they, actually?
Okay.
Give me a moment. What's their range combat for? Sorry. Right, one of them does severe damage to one of the party, and the other one does some damage to one of the party. Could you roll me a d66, please?
Anyone?
Anyone?
Shall I? I don't. Unless somebody else wants to.
No, you go for it.
Go for it.
Okay. 51.
51. Ouch. What have I just done with the table of...
I got it.
51. Somebody is down and out. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They are going to close the door.
Okay. Fayez and Jalea, this is your time just to finish it off for us.
Sure. Try my best.
Okay.
Go full auto, Jalea. Go full auto. Go full auto. Go full auto.
All right. I'll try. I don't have any talents for it though.
Yeah.
Well, it's -2 on your dice, and then the first one you get.
Ends it.
You run out of ammo, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got 2 talents that are relevant, which basically make it 3 ones.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do that, or?
I don't know whose action it is. Sorry, I was.
Yeah,
I
well,
was just trying to be
Well,
funny.
it's the second turn now, and you are on 45, so you go first, Jalea.
So how many look like they are standing? Is it just the 2 of them that aren't absolutely battered?
There's somebody just there's 2 down, and somebody who is knocked back is holding his head, but you feel they will get up. The 2 that are down, you don't think they're going to get up for some time.
And then that leaves 2 other dudes, because there's 5 of them, right? So there's 2 down, one holding his helmet like, oh no, kind of thing, and then 2 other dudes. I will shoot, or at least attempt to shoot the dude who is holding his helmet, and hopefully that will panic them further, and they'll try and run away or something.
Yeah, I think that's very likely.
Yeah,
but just an aimed shot, not an auto fire.
No, not a full auto. 2, 1 from the gun, and then
The Force is strong with her, Dave, but she's not a Jedi yet.
No, exactly. My young Padawan.
So I get 1 success, which is 3 damage.
3 damage. That's a really clean shot, and he's down. And the other 2 that are standing, no, they were going to drag him out, but he's down. You've broken him, and I think they will drag him out. They'll drag him, and you can see that they are quickly cycling the airlock on the other side of the sort of hangar. They're not gone yet. You all have time to react if you wish to tell the others what the situation is.
Yeah. All right, I will. Jalaya's like this is go kind of. This is, we're fighting in someone's house, but there's no air in the house, so that's the only difference here. They're closing the doors. They're trying to get in, and she will, when it is her opportunity, make her way down the side and at least get the rifle in their faces.
Okay, so you get that instruction, or not instruction, situation report, Dave, from Jalea, and you can do something if you so choose.
So I'm not quite visualizing what's outside the door here. I thought we were in a big hangar.
Yes, you were. Yeah.
Right. And so Jalea's told me that they've run across the hangar.
They've run across the hangar to the airlock between the hangar and the rest of the ship, and they are cycling that airlock.
Right. Okay. I need to reload.
Okay. You're reloading?
I'm going to run to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Can I run to the door and sort of elbow the studs to open it and reload at the same time?
It has to be a physical job. So I think at this point it's reload or push the door open, because the door's buggered. It's not just opening.
Right. Okay.
It's melted, and they force it open. They've slammed it shut.
I think I open it then for the others.
Okay.
Because I was the only one who went full auto, wasn't I? So the others would have ammo. So I'm going to run up to the door and I'm going to open it to let the Legion guys go through and keep the chase.
Okay.
Do I need to make a roll for that, or?
No, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll let the Legionnaires roll there. Well,
And then I stand
first of all, Fayez, you are now free of the obstruction and free to move. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Coming. So they're actually through the airlock already. They're out.
They're not. Well, they may be, because they're cycling the airlock. But I think you can see there's a conversation about, how much air are we going to let out? Let's just get out of here.
So
how many are still standing? Is that 2?
There's 2 still standing, and they are carrying the person you hit in the head.
Right.
He pulls out his Dura axe and runs
towards them. Okay. It'll take some time to get across the airlock. You've got to get down off this bit of the ship as well. The Marines do some shooting. And one of the people that was standing goes down.
Nadina.
And I think she's crap shot. She's not bothering. This is what the Legionnaires are for. At which point the other guy drops the person that the 2 of them were carrying and just opens the airlock, the emergency opening, lets a bunch of air out of the airlock, closes it again, and escapes. Over the radio, or over the comms, Tony says, you can hear the captain of the ship saying, "You have mounted an illegal operation on us." And you can see the ship start using its maneuvering thrusters to turn its guns towards you.
Okay, let's hit the button.
Push the button.
What else are we going to do?
Push the button.
What do you reckon? Other plan?
Push the button.
Press the button. So you move, start moving towards it. Getting close then.
He can roll for command, can't he?
Why don't you tell him that if he opens fire on the ship, then everybody on board his ship will be executed by the order of the order.
By the order of the order.
Because we don't want cutting our ship in half, do we, Tone?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
no, that's presumably I've got comms with Ocean.
Yep.
You can suggest that, yeah. So I will. So I'm pressing the button anyway to start moving in, but
Which now looks more like an attack than a docking maneuver.
But maybe
if they scanned us, would it be obvious we didn't have any weapons?
No
point trying
yes,
to
if they had any crew members necessarily.
left to do it.
It's super stealth order attack.
You did take their sensor operator out with the spine shot, Dave. So he is lying just this inside the door with a broken back.
I will say then, you will not open fire on the ship. You can still come out of this alive and ahead, but not if you escalate opening fire.
Make your manipulation roll.
Can I help him?
Please.
You will need some help, I imagine.
Yeah. Am I still at -2 on?
Yeah, that's all about doing it over the comms.
Yeah. Okay.
I only got one success there. I can push it if you want. I've still got 6 dice to roll. Depends on what's your manipulation.
Normally I've got 6, so I'm down to 4, up to 5 with your 1. So shall I just go with that? Then I can push if I can push if I need to.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. Oh, that's 2 successes. That's not too bad. I might stick with that. See how that goes.
2 successes.
2 successes.
You can say, he says, I will fire unless you withdraw your attack dogs. 5, 4, 3.
I'm just saying again, no, if you fire, then everyone on your ship will be executed.
Right. Let's cut back to the to what's happening on the thing. First of all, you, Jalea, you get an action. You can see that that Faiz has reached the airlock.
All right. So there's some downed people near us. Yeah. Some of their crew are downed. Are they like downed and dead or downed and out?
No, somebody's got his foot shot off. Somebody else is got a broken spine. The chap with concussion is just broken, but he's by the airlock.
Because Jalia comes from like guerrilla fighters, and she has an empathy of 2. So
you're doing some coup de grace, are you?
No, she's not doing coup de grace. What she wants them to do is cry and whinge and be like, we're still alive, but if you don't surrender, this maniac's going to shoot me in the face.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Nice.
Good thinking, Julia. Yeah.
Because if she was like guerrilla fighting, you get them to cry out to get someone to come and help, and then you take out the help. That's the bit she's thinking.
This is why we brought July with us.
Yeah.
Right.
Take out the help. Is that like the cleaners or something?
Yeah. So if she's nearby one of them, she is going to get Ushin's gun like right up to his helmet screen. Mm-hmm. And if she can see an injury, she's going to put some weight on it.
Ow!
Yeah.
On that foot. That sounds good. And are you putting your helmet to theirs and talking because they're on a different channel? So
tell them you'll die.
Feel that's a manipulation roll, but I feel you deserve an extra 3 on that one for the
good. That makes me
for the pain because I mean, I wouldn't give you the extra 3 if you're trying to get information out of them through torture because we know that doesn't work. But if you want to get them to scream for help through torture, I think that probably does work.
I get 1 success.
1 success.
Yeah, I only had 5 dice. If I hadn't got them 3, I would have probably got none.
Right. Tony, you get another call coming through, and he says, "This is Captain Yami N. Awa. We surrender. Just call off your dogs." We can talk this out. We'll do whatever you want. Just leave my crew undamaged.
Okay, and open the airlock. Make sure all your crew come out. No weapons. All your crew.
Where does the crew go?
Where do you want the crew to go? Where are you?
In the hangar, in the salvage bay.
In the salvage bay. Go to the salvage bay.
And we will leave it there. It's 10 o'clock.
Cool. I'm reloading, by the way, Matt.
So,
clunk, clunk, clunk. Clip it back in again.
let's just get rid of this and make you all big. And if everybody can say goodbye to our viewers, we will return next Monday with part 3 of this thrilling adventure.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye to our viewers.
Cheerio.